I'm Christopher Sabat. I was the voice of, and still am the voice of Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, Mr. Popo, Kami, all the dragons, Gazmez, Raccoon, Jace, Birder, Icarus, Bubbles, and other characters in the Dragon Ball Z universe.
I wish you had done some work on this.
I know. I've been really hard up for jobs in this Dragon Ball world. I'm also the voice director, and I was the producer for the Dragon Ball series.
So, Christopher, first off, I was really impressed by the actual emotional moments that Vegeta got this time around.
Yeah.
What was it like getting to play that kind of passion for a character that typically tries to hide that in anything other than his will to fight?
It's actually been incredible to play Vegeta right now, because it seems that Akira Toriyama, the creator of the show, who's been intimately involved in these movies and is working on Dragon Ball Super right now, he seems to really be a fan of Vegeta, and I think he understands the importance of Vegeta and Goku's relationship with one another and how critical that is to the success of the show. And what I love that he does is he likes to put Vegeta in very emotional, uncomfortable situations, because that Goku, all he really wants to do is just fight the next strong person. But Vegeta has had a really freaking hard life, and he's so probably justifiably cranky all the time. And I love that what he's doing and what he's done, what he did in Battle of Gods. He just likes to take this typically angry guy and ironically put him in a funny situation to make it, hysterical for the audience. But in this movie, he really dials in the emotion, and Vegeta, I think, has the best moments in this movie. Goku has, of course, the most epic fight, but Vegeta's fight is, Vegeta, not just his fight, but everything Vegeta does in this movie gets a great reaction from the crowd.
The two big emotional moments are...
Yep.
Yeah, they're
pretty
huge.
much. And I'm not going to spoil anything,
right.
But man, Vegeta, the way this movie ends, you're going to be, you'll be shocked.
So, obviously, as an actor, when you're developing characters, you learn a lot about them. Are there things that you're still learning about these characters now? Almost, a decade and a half, over
Absolutely,
a decade and a half later?
Because when we were first working on Dragon Ball Z, we didn't have the best translations. We didn't have all the best materials to work on. There was no internet hardly to speak of back when in 1998, 99. So you couldn't go and find fan subs or fan translations or fan dubs or anything like that. There wasn't Wikipedia to tell you everything you want to know about these characters. So when we first started dubbing it, we were just sort of guessing, and we've never had a lot of interaction with any of the directors or the creators of the show in Japan. So we've had to kind of figure this out as we go along. So we got to the end of Dragon Ball Z, we did the best we could, but luckily we had a chance to go back and re-record and rewrite everything with Dragon Ball Z Kai. And whether you like that show or not, you should watch it, because you will truly learn what Dragon Ball Z is honestly about. Dragon Ball Z, the original series, was really fun and super entertaining and larger than life. Had a lot of really funny, memorable stuff in it. But Dragon Ball Z Kai is truly what Dragon Ball is supposed to be all about. We learned that I learned a lot about Goku, because we originally played Goku in a way that I think American audiences wanted to see Goku, which was this heroic character who cared about everybody all the time.
The Superman.
Yeah, exactly. Except if you really pay attention to it, especially if you watch Kai, you'll realize Goku is not a hero because he wants to save everybody. He's just a hero. He's kind of just a hero by accident. He just wants to fight the strongest person. That's it. That's it. He wants to be the strongest. He wants to fight the strongest, and he'll do anything he can to let someone power up just so he can fight them at a stronger level. And the risk that he's put everybody in over the years just to make that happen is kind of ridiculous. So in a way, he's the weirdest hero you could ever imagine.
So what's your distilled take on Vegeta in that same vein?
Vegeta, I've been right about Vegeta all along, but what I've learned about him is just how incredibly dark his past was. As you learn more about Vegeta, he was raised by Frieza for the most part. His family was killed. His planet's gone. He's had a pretty crap life, and then he's the Prince of all Saiyans. Although you could argue that he's probably the King of all Saiyans, because I guess there's never been a coronation day, so you never know. But at every turn, he's supposed to have inherited the throne to be the coolest Saiyan of all time, but yet he's got this weirdo with a head injury who gets all the credit for everything.
So the hottest fighter of the moment in real life paid tribute to Vegeta at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey wearing her "It's Over 9,000" Vegeta shirt. What was that like for you to see? Seeing the actual level of public consciousness that this character in the show has reached.
Oh my gosh! So she instantly made me a fan of MMA, and just 2 nights ago, I watched my first MMA fight. It was bloody as hell. Jesus, who watches that stuff? Anyhow, I became an instant fan of hers because I am also in love with Vegeta. He's just such an amazing character, and so I really felt bonded to her in the same way that I'm sure a lot of other people are like, holy crap, she likes Vegeta? I like her even more now. So I'm a huge fan of hers for no other reason than the fact that she likes Dragon Ball, she likes Vegeta.
There's even a popular meme on Imgur and such that is, you may be cool, but you'll never be as cool as Ronda Rousey fist-bumping The Rock while wearing a Vegeta t-shirt.
That's pretty much it. You peaked at that point. Yeah. Like, there's nothing cooler than that.
What do you think keeps fans coming back to Dragon Ball Z?
About 500 episodes helps. This new content is helping. There's a lot of there's some great online stuff that I think has like things like I don't know what am I going like Team 4-Star, for instance, that I think really helped keep Dragon Ball Z alive during those years when things were starting to wane. It kind of reminded people like how great Dragon Ball Z was. So. I don't know. I think what we discussed earlier, it's just a great show and people love watching it. And now it's nostalgia. It's like people are watching it now because it's something they loved when they were growing up, and now they want to introduce their kids to it. They were 6, 7, 8 years old running home from school to watch it. Now they're in their 20s.
Now, I understand that you guys don't know anything for sure yet, but should Super come a calling, is that something that you're interested in continuing Vegeta's story?
I will murder someone if they don't let me voice Vegeta in Super. So there you go.